Victoria Nafuna Ogenroth, a mother to David, Joshua Rothomio, and Elisha Mugisa. I have Elisha Mugisa, this younger one, and then David Joshua Rothomio. It's not an easy journey. When they tell you you're going to have a premature, or when they tell you the baby has to come out before time, it's scary. You get scared, then you start having all kinds of imaginations. But with God, everything is possible. So what happened for David? Blood pressure went up. They kept monitoring it. It refused to come down until I think at 30 weeks. The doctors were like, we need to do an operation because the pressure I think had gone way up and it was not coming down. So they say they have to save both the mother and the baby. For Elisha, he came out at 31. It was the same thing, preeclampsia, high blood pressure. I don't know where it comes from, but it just happens. And the babies had to come out. For David, because he was the first preterm we had, so it was a bit hectic, scary. You're in theater, then you're not sure how the baby is going to be because he's coming out before time. You've never had it before. When the doctors removed him, he didn't cry, so I was scared. I was like, is he fine? But they showed him to me, then they said, baby what? Then of course you have to identify the sex, baby boy. Then they were working on him, but my mind was just on the baby. I was not even thinking about myself at that point until finally he cried. Then I was like, okay, then everything is fine. Yeah, I think it was like the following day is when I went to nursery to see him. And you know, you look at these babies, they are so tiny. You're scared to even touch them. You don't know, you think maybe you break them. But we thank God for the care because the nurses know what to do. And we're just believing and trusting God that he's in God's hands. So God knows best. Yeah. So all we had to do was pray and do our part.
My name is Ogenroth Chris, husband to Nafuna Victoria Ogenroth, and a father to David Joshua Rothomio, one I'm holding here, and Elisha Mugisa, the one mommy is holding. We are so privileged for this opportunity to share our experiences and what we've gone through with both these kids who are preterm. My wife has said it all, and at the weeks, the doctors recommended that these babies should come out. Of course, so many things run in your head as a parent, as a father, and you're looking at so many things to be handled. Like she said with David, because he was the first, we were prepped before the mother was going to the theater and of what to expect. So that preparation the doctors gave us was an encouragement enough for me, especially as their dad. And of course, when the mother went to the theater and she came out after some time, the baby came out before, and I was here when he was received. I was here ready, waiting to meet him. But of course, you have gone in to see him, and you are signing papers, and your mind is focused on him, and you are seeing him as tiny as he is, and with all these tubes all over him. But eventually, I got used. Maybe after 2 hours, I just got to the realization that he's here, and we have to do each and everything for his growth. So, like I said earlier, 2 is better than 1. So let's unite as parents and husbands, please. I know the the cost implications and those other things. But life is first. And once you focus to God, He will provide.
I would like to encourage anyone who would go through this or who is going through this of having a preterm to be strong. Be strong and courageous. When you hand over your issues to God, you be rest assured it will be well. And you have to be strong for the little ones. You have to try and do as the nurses and the doctors tell you, because sometimes we think we know it all, you know how to handle children, but these are preterms and they have different necessities and care they need. So when the nurse tells you we need milk, the most important is milk. Try your best to make sure that you provide that breast milk. It's very important for this baby's growth. Otherwise, they will get complications, they will take long to grow, and then that is another thing. But try your best to see that you provide the milk as much as you can, because if you have someone helping you out, it's much better. The fathers, as my husband said, please, we need your support. It's a hard job. You have carried this baby, you're in pain, and then you're there alone. The kangaroo bit is needed very, very much. So please support your spouses, support your wives. Do the kangaroo, it's not hard. Just put the baby on your chest, cover yourself, and walk around, talk to them, sing to them. It really helps in their growth. I would like to thank the unit at IHK, the doctors, the nurses. The care here is just world class. Because you hear stories of other hospitals, how people suffer and all that. And I didn't go through that. So I thank God so much for IHK, for the founders, for the doctors, for the nurses in nursery. We thank you so very much for all that you do, for all that you did for us, and for all that you continue doing for these little ones, because they really need it. There are some people who are so rude and, they don't want to know. But the nurses here, they take the babies as their own. For you, if you're not doing what you need to do, they will give it to you, and you have to take it. So I really thank God for the nurses, for the care they give for the children, and I pray that God blesses all of you.
My closing remarks. First of all, I'd like to thank God for giving us the strength and the wisdom to bring these kids up to this far. And like my wife also said, I would like to extend my appreciation to the hospital and the staff and the nurses, most especially, and the doctors who kept on coming and giving you updates each and every level, each and every stage, and what they will do next, and the baby's development.